Hey everyone, thanks for joining me today. Today is another Freebie Friday video, and what we are going to make today is this beautiful card. It is cased from our catalog, and I don't know if you can see, but it's got stitching here around the edges, which is really fun. That's something I don't do very often, but I got the sewing machine out, and I think I'm going to try to do it more often because I really love the way it looks. So let's get started on making this card. I've already made the base of the card because I don't have a way to set my camera up to show you the stitching, but this is just a straight stitch using white thread. You can see it better on the inside. This is a Night of Navy card base folded in half to make an A2 size card. It's cut at 8.5 by 5.5. This is a piece of Night of Navy Chevron Designer Series paper that comes in the big paper stacks. I would highly recommend that for you if you're a new stamper because it gives you a ton of paper and it's just a great, and it's in every single color in the color family. So it's a great way to get started. It's only $21.95 and I think you get like 40 sheets of paper. It's great. Anyway, this is cut at 5 inches by 3 3/4. So now we're just going to do our stamping. I have a piece of Whisper White cardstock here and it's cut at 3 inches by 3 3/4 inches. And I'm going to use a piece of grid paper here to help me out. Let me put a little light here. And we're using Daffodil Delight ink, and we're going to be using the Ray of Sunshine stamp set. I absolutely love this stamp set. It's really fun and beautiful, and so you're gonna see lots of cards from me with this set. All right, we're gonna stamp our circle off to, like, kind of in the upper corner off to the side. And then I have my sun ray here, and this is going to be two-step stamping or generation stamping. So what we're going to do is we're going to stamp once and then stamp again, and it gives us this lighter stamp so that it gives dimension to, whoops, I see I almost got ink again. So used to going right back and getting more ink. It gives a little more dimension to your sunshine. And as you get around to this side, I'm going to show you something. When you stamp, now if I were to stamp again, it's going to be lighter on part of it and darker on part of it. And the reason for that is because I've stamped off onto the grid paper some. So once you get around to this edge where you're seeing more of the sun ray, you actually do need to go back in, get more ink, stamp off in your grid paper first, and then onto your cardstock, okay? So I'll show you that again. So we're stamping, well, this time we don't have to because I got the whole thing on the paper, so I can stamp again here and it's fine. But if it's not all the way on the paper, like this one, the end went off, so I need to stamp, stamp off, stamp again. So we're stamping. Now this is a perfect example. If I were to stamp again right here, part of this is going to be darker than the other part. So we need to re-ink, stamp off, stamp on. Okay? So that gives us our cool sunshine. And you could do that like two-tone with a darker yellow and a lighter yellow. You could even add another whole nother color in there. Whatever you'd like. And in the catalog, this, like I said, this is a catalog case. In the catalog, they use a Happy Birthday Sunshine stamp set, or I mean stamp from this stamp set. But I really need thank you cards, so I'm using the new Lots of Thanks thank you stamp set. And I'm going to just use pumpkin pie and stamp thank you so much right there. I always send thank you cards to my customers for placing orders with me. And so I am a little behind on that. And so my plan is to get a whole bunch of thank you cards made and get them sent out to my customers. Because it is so important to me that my customers know how much I appreciate them ordering from me. Because I know that they can go other places. Okay, so then we have a 1/2 inch strip of old olive cardstock, and it's 1/2 inch this way and it's cut at 3 3/4, and I'm just going to cover the back of it. Oh, you know what, before I do that step, I'm sorry. Okay, so I have this banner framelit that I cut out. I'm going to go ahead and chop it down. This is the second smallest banner, and I'm going to put it right here so that when we put our green piece on, it sticks out. Alright, so I have linen thread, and we've put adhesive all the way across the back of here. So this is a little trick. I'm going to wrap my linen thread just around the edges like this, which gives it a look like I've wrapped the whole thing. But the adhesive holds the linen thread down in the back. So I'm not using as much of my linen thread as I would if I was wrapping and tying. Okay, so then I'm going to go back over this with my adhesive so that I have adhesive over the top of the thread that I just put there. We're going to layer this down, and then we're going to add our button. So I have my little old olive button here and my linen thread, and I'm just going to weave this through. And my I have fumble fingers, so I probably waste a lot of thread and ribbon because I cut my pieces way bigger than I need them in order to make sure that I can tie them correctly. So before I tie this is a little trick. I use my gel glue dots, and I'm going to put these on first. So I'm going to use 3 because I really want it to stick well. And I'm going to stick this down. There we go. And then I'm going to tie it. And the reason I do that is because it gives me a base then to work. I have something I can set my hand down on and do my tying and my bow and stuff. If you try to tie these bows and stuff on these buttons just up in the air, oh my goodness, it's just such a mess. So this just makes it a lot easier if you anchor the button before you tie. And then I'm just going to trim the ends, leave them pretty long because I like the whimsical wispy look. And there you have it. You have this very nature looking beautiful thank you card. And so today's Freebie Friday. Last week's I gave away this twine and this DSP pack. So if you left a comment on last week's Freebie Friday video, you need to go over to my website and see if you won. And then this week's giveaway, I'm going to be giving away a card kit for my technique class that I held earlier this month. It comes with 3 envelopes plus each card supplies that we used in class, and there's a video on every one of these cards. So I've already done a video on this one, and this coming Monday and the following Monday there'll be videos on these other cards on how to make them, so you'll just be able to follow along. So leave a comment on this video if you want to be entered to win this card kit, and go check out my website to see if you won last week. And certainly if you need any Stampin' Up! Supplies, I would love to have your order. I'm still working really hard towards my goal, and so I have till June 30th to meet my goal, and I need quite a bit more sales. So if you can help me out at all, I would greatly appreciate it, and you'll get a fabulous thank you card from me in the mail. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I hope you have a blessed day. Bye-bye.